You probably think this mug is pretty boring. Yeah. And actually, you'd be right. It is quite boring. But I'm going to show you how to make a drawing of it, which will be interesting, we hope. I mean, as you're all artists, I always tell you you're artists, and it's true, you all are artists. So it's your job, really, to make it look interesting. And a good way to do that is to do shading. You know about shading, don't you? You've heard about shading. It's where we have different tones. We've talked about this a lot in class, you know, when we've done mark making. We have very, very dark bits and really, really light bits. So you could do, on something like this, you can do really dark and really light. You might look at that and think, it's just a white cup. But with your pen, your ballpoint pen, I'm sure you've got something like that at home, you can make it interesting. You can find the really dark, I can see underneath here, it's very dark underneath there. And down the bottom here, it's really, really, really dark. And then very light here, and then it's dark on the inside. It's very light all around the top bits there. And then you've got little bits here and there, which are really, really bright where the light shines off them. And then a bit of a kind of a reflection in there. So I'm going to do this really quick. Okay? So I'm not going to pretend it's any good. You, on the other hand, when you come to do it, you can spend as long as you want on it. But look, I just do the basic shape, there, like that. You can see that. And then, because we're looking on the top, there's a kind of a roundy bit, isn't there? Goes round like that. That's called an ellipse, that shape is. Doesn't matter if you remember that or not. But look, to make it look better, I'm doing another line on the inside there, like that. And then, you know, the other day we were talking about straight lines and curved lines. Well, this line here is a straight line until it suddenly goes curved. It goes in like that. And the bottom there is like that. So now I'm going to look for the dark areas. The really darkest bit is down here. So I'll put that in there like that. Then there's, that goes around there as well, a bit more like that. And then we've got dark bits all down the bottom. Now this type of shading that I'm going to show you now, it goes all up there like that, all the way up to the top like that. Just be quite brave about it. When you do more than one line, like I'm doing here, one on top of the other like that, that's called cross-hatching, okay? And you can make something look quite interestingly dark by cross-hatching. Look, see, those lines are going that way, and the lines that I'm putting on top now are going the other way. Okay, and now I'm going to do a bit more like that, and I'm going to press a bit harder, and I'm going to make them go the line the same way as that circle around there. And then there's a bit in there that I can see reflected, and all round it we can do some quite light bits like that, quite light bits. And then a few more light bits around there, like that. And then it's dark underneath there, and underneath there, as I said before, it's quite dark. So we can do all this shading around here. And then it's quite dark on the inside there. And look, the other thing about when you do lines, if you make them go in the same shape as the thing you're drawing, you can make it look more real. So look at that. That looks quite real, I think. Then I'll do the shading of the table underneath it. They are, that's it. So that's using shading. So a biro, paper, object, shading. That's what you've got to do. What I'd like you to do anyway. So have a think about it. Think about the three most interesting or boring objects in your house and do an interesting drawing of them. Or the three most important things in your house that you think are most important, and draw them. And let's have a look at them. It'd be really good. And try and do this shading, okay? Very, very dark, like that. Very, very light, like that. See as much as you can get in, okay? I'm very much looking forward to seeing these. See you soon.